man with no attention span.
Here's the deal. Your reading comprehension has plummeted and your attention span is shot. We can't read a book uninterrupted the way we used to, and we've mostly been okay with that. But here's the reality. In 2025, the National Assessment of Educational Progress revealed that around 40% of fourth graders in the United States, quote, cannot recognize a reason for a character's action implied in a story. Right now, a third of American eighth graders, an all-time high, have failed to reach a basic reading benchmark. You can blame a regurgitative educational system that has encouraged a veritable copy and paste to the mind over original thought. You can blame AI in an unregulated Pandora's box of a resource that keeps our teachers up at night. Regardless, we, a humanity that has gone to the moon, can make sourdough from scratch and have mapped the entire sequence of human DNA, have now set our next destination for national illiteracy, and we're driving there fast. We've convinced ourselves, because it's a faster, more stimulating age, that we'll just get our information and our stories elsewhere, and what should be a fully immersive experience we can't experience. Consider the active activity of reading a book and how many times we have realized our minds were elsewhere. I don't know what I just read, we think, flipping back several pages to redigest what we never retained. Our attention span is shot. And it's not just affecting our reading comprehension, it's affecting everything. Yes, even our movies. According to this UC Irvine study from Gloria Mark, refocusing after just looking at your phone once can take up to 23 minutes. What's worse, the average person switches tasks every 3 minutes. This means if you even checked your phone a couple of times, then even your 90-minute movie never had a chance of immersing you. But here's the kicker. Even if you try to will yourself to check your phone less, or even if you face it down so you don't see the glow of the notification, heck, even if you turn it off, having that little commanding device even in sight can still reduce your sweet mind's ability to focus. See, you're asking your brain to actively fight the urge to check that phone, and that takes more energy than you know. Adrian Ward said it's not that participants were distracted because they were getting notifications on their phone. The mere presence of their smartphone was enough to reduce their cognitive capacity. Our phones have been taking the energy we think we're spending elsewhere. And not only has this been happening with our movie watching experience, but it sounds like it's been encouraged. This is Matt Damon and Jameela Jamil sharing in separate interviews how they have seen phone addiction affect the industry from the inside out.
Standard way to make an action movie that we learned was, you usually have like 3 set pieces, one in the first act, one in the second, and one in the third, and they kind of ramp up, and the big one with all the explosions, and you spend most of your money on that one in the third act. That's your kind of finale. And now they're like, can we get a big one in the first 5 minutes to get somebody, we want people to stay tuned in, and it wouldn't be terrible if you reiterated the plot 3 or 4 times in the dialogue, because people are on their phones while they're watching, you know what I mean?
You have to acknowledge that people are on their phones the whole time they're watching telly. So you have to simplify the plot so that they'll be able to follow along while they're browsing on their phone. So that's why you'll notice now in random, like in TV shows, even with good actors, they're saying really obvious things about what's happening. They're laying out the entire plot line and all of their emotions and motivations. Like the language has become really bait and on the nose. And that's because they're being told, the writers, that they have to write in a way that someone can carry on with doom scrolling or shopping online while following it in the background. So nothing can be too complex, nothing can be too high end. It has to be like we are purposefully dumbing down content, and that is leading to a less nuanced, less interesting, less thoughtful society.
We are being served on the nose, over-explanatory, condescending, diluted storytelling, and what we're not seeing, because our noses are in our phones, is an overall decline in the art, and we're just mindlessly eating it without looking at what's on our plate. In script notes, John August and Craig Mazin say badly written characters tend to speak like they're on the radio. Their dialogue ignores the fact that we see them on screen. But what if we don't see them anymore? And the writer behind the dialogue has been told to let that fact inform his writing. If we're honest, we are part of the problem. Ask yourself, when's the last time you got lost in a good story? For many of us, it's been longer than we can remember, and if nothing changes, Our future will be an even bleaker one, where all substantive stories are traded in for flippantly made content, in a world where we dissolve into our couch at the mercy of mindless nothingness. Is that what you want? If it's not, might I humbly suggest you turn off your phone, put it in another room, choose a movie, and watch it undistracted.
I triple dog dare ya!
If you like this video and you want more, be sure to engage. It really does help. Share it, like it, prod it, fry it. Any interaction helps immensely, even negative comments. If you like having your attention split 11 different ways, then just let me know. If you've experienced over-explanatory dialogue that makes you feel condescended to, then get out the Crayola and color me intrigued. I'd love to hear the specifics, and I'll see you in the comments. Thanks for watching.